Right, designing your tee. I need to go over a few do and do nots here first, alright? It's very, very important. The first is to use a good designer, alright? Don't scrimp and don't be stingy with paying a designer for your logo. It's very important. The first reason is that if you pay for a cheap design, you're going to get a cheap design. You know, the question you need to ask yourself is, do you want a good design or do you want a cheap one? The second thing is, if you're paying for a cheap one, the person is not going to be very good at interpreting what you want. They're not going to be very creative, and I can guarantee that you're going to go back and forth with revision after revision. It's just going to waste your time, alright? It's going to waste your campaign time, especially if you're on a hot trend, if you're on a hot niche that's viral right now. You need to jump on it pretty quickly. You want to be able to get a turnaround within, half a day, and any small changes that you need to make are going to be done very, very quickly. So it is imperative that you use a good designer. Now I'm going to give you two of my personal designers that I use. All right, there's a couple of golden nuggets for you there. Very hard to find, very hard to get in with. These people already know that I'm going to be pointing you towards them. They're prepared for the extra business, and these guys are some of the best in the business. All right, some of the biggest sellers on Teespring, who make a lot more money than I do, use these guys too. All right, so these are the people you want to use. They're not too expensive, honestly, especially for the money you're going to be making. So I'll give them some props in the next few videos. All right, I'm not getting paid for that. They're not my friends. They're just very, very good quality designers that I can trust, and guys that I love to work with. All right. The next thing is to do your research. Do in-depth research first. Now, if for some reason you have an idea, or you've been doodling and you've got a bit of a logo or a slogan that you want to do, you can do this in reverse. You can go and find the market later on for that. But 9 times out of 10, and what I'm teaching in this particular course, is to find your audience first. Find those passionate buyers. Laser target your audience as much as possible and narrow them right down, and then get your design done. It's very important to do that first. It's going to give you a much easier sort of roadmap for you and your designer to figure it out. Okay. Once you have your design, have it critiqued. It's very important that you give this to friends and families. Just send them the pic, place it on a t-shirt in Teespring, and maybe take the snipping tool and grab a dummy sort of copy of it and send it out. Don't send it to people who are on Teespring or people you don't trust, all right? Just show it to people and say, hey, look, I found this cool t-shirt. What do you think? You think I should buy this, or do you like this design? Maybe somebody who's interested in that niche that ask them to say, hey, look at this t-shirt, don't you think this is pretty cool? Just see what they say. Get an honest opinion about it. Don't tell people that you're selling it. Don't tell people that you've had it designed or you've designed it yourself. They're going to give you funny sort of signals. You want an honest review to say you found it on the internet. Okay, they'll be more honest. Like I said before, I'll say it again now and in the future, don't copy. Whatever you do, do not copy. Don't infringe trademarks. Copyrights, very important. Trademarks like sports teams, I don't know how many. If I had $1 for every time I saw a guy getting his campaign or his account shut down, I'd be a millionaire. These guys are, putting like the Patriots or the Dallas Cowboys, on a t-shirt. It's not going to fly with Teespring. It's not going to fly with Facebook, and you probably get yourself sued. Okay, just don't even go there. Now, because of Facebook's terms of services, we have to take them into account when we're doing our teas, because we're going to be advertising on Facebook. The main things that they don't want you targeting is race, sexuality, names, age, religion, gender identity, and medical conditions. All right, names were a big hot thing last year. A lot of people, including myself, make quite a bit of money off the names gig, but it's over. All right, don't even bother doing that now. If Facebook see it, they're going to shut you down, probably shut your ad account. It's not easy getting an ad account again. You have to go through so many different processes and jump through a lot of hoops. They'll catch you out too. Don't bother doing it. Offensive designs, don't even go there. Teespring will pull it down, or somebody will have a whinge on Facebook and they'll tell Teespring or they'll tell Facebook. It's just going to get you in all kinds of trouble. Keep it clean. Keep it fun. And last but not least, and this is quite important, is don't fall in love with your design. All right, this is you may love your design after it's made you a lot of money. That's understandable, but don't fall in love with your design straight away. Like I said, get it critiqued, and it's very important that you look at the first lot of sort of comments and engagement that start coming through on your ad. Some people might say, this will be better in this kind of color, or be better if this particular character had a beard or something like that. You really need to pay attention to those details and not fall in love with your design and think, oh, you people don't know what you're talking about, because you are really trying to put yourself in your customer's shoes and trying to be them and making them fall in love with your design. Okay, some of the designs that I've done I've absolutely hated, or things that I've been against it. I don't like the particular slogan or what I was saying on the t-shirt. Had no interest in it whatsoever. Would never. You could pay me $1,000, I wouldn't wear it. But what was important is that the customers loved it, and that's what you need to focus on. All right, so don't fall in love with your designs. All right, now with all of that said, let's start designing some tees.